Evening all, just posting to say I'm now live and I'll be with you very shortly. But how are your weekends? How were your Mondays? Let me know. Let's do this, let's hit 50,000 tonight, let's reach 6 times over odds tonight. Who do we have so far? Good to see you. Just posting online to say I'm now live, and then we'll start hunting in about 2 minutes. How are we all doing? How have our Mondays been? Very good to see you as always. There we go. Now. Alright. Go, game's ready. Hello, welcome everyone. Just posting as always to say I'm now live. Alright. And I think we're done. All right. Well, let's get set up. So, how's everyone's Mondays been? Hello, Katie. How are you doing? How was your weekend? How was your Monday? Yeah, we are going to be hitting... Well, unless we get a shiny first. Let's put it this way. We're on course for 6 times over odds. Now, 6 times over odds, I believe, is 49,156. We're also, again, if we don't find a shiny beforehand, we are on course for 50,000 encounters tonight. 50,000 encounters with no shiny. Crazy numbers. I was watching a someone else who was doing overtime in the Safari Zone for Safari Week. I happened to catch on X recently, and this Shiny Hunter went to 53,000 and a few hundred. So, you know, perhaps the end is in sight. Of course, it could happen at any time. But it was good to see that someone else was having dreadful luck, to be honest. It's not Schadenfreude, it's just, you know, feeling like you're being kept company. So, we'll see when the shiny comes for our Safari Week. Maybe it could be tonight. 25th day, Safari month. Let's hope so. You've had a good weekend and Monday. You're currently dog sitting. Oh, cool. Well, a lovely thing to do while dog sitting, Casey. And what's the name of this dog that you're dog sitting? I'm glad you had a good weekend on Monday. I hope that the dog sitting goes well tonight. Hope we can entertain you during that. I'm doing very well, thanks, Katie. Weekend spent with my girlfriend. We went to a forest, which was wonderful. Saw a mother duck and her ducklings. It was adorable. And yeah, had a very peaceful time. Been pretty busy today. Starting to get the next episode of the podcast ready for release on Wednesday. That's going to be with Connor Hayward, who has a lot of behind-the-scenes experience with streams. So looking forward to getting his perspective, because we've never had someone on the show who is purely based behind the scenes. So looking forward to everyone hearing that. So yeah, starting to edit that. Had another run-in with Pokemon Trainer Red in the Safari Zone, because I've been honing my Pokemon impersonations, my Pokemon cry impersonations, as those of you who were here on Friday will have seen. Well, there'll be more of those tonight. There will be more of those tonight. So yeah, busy day. Also, my computer is struggling with storage right now, which, you know, is an ongoing thing to sort. Macs, and I do have a Mac, tend to struggle a little bit more with that, so looking into other options on that front, but we're doing what we can. So yeah, it's been busy, but it's been a nice weekend. It's nice to be back here, streaming in the Safari Zone. There is Dojo, who I was trying to summon earlier with the cry. Let's see if that worked tonight. Is it going to be a Dojo? For that reason, I'm going to say that it's going to be Dojo that shines tonight, but who knows? Who knows? Welcome, Shay. Good to see you. You owe Connor a lot. He was the guy who gave you your first call up. Of course. I remember you talking about that, Shay, in your episode of Chazingdra Chats. So yeah, really, really looking forward to everyone hearing Connor's story. We had a really interesting chat. And again, I haven't been able to feature anyone from behind the scenes, or someone who works backstage on the streams yet. So, pleased to be able to shine a spotlight on that. How are you doing, Shay? How was your weekend? How has your Monday been? And of course, as usual, everyone place your bets as to what's going to be shining tonight. I'm going to say it's Dojo, because that is what I've been trying to summon with my own interpretation of Dojo's cry today in the Safari Zone. If you haven't seen today's Safari skit, it's out now online, so go and check out my socials to see that. The card on the left is Tiamat's Gogapon. Yeah, it's a little bit obscured. I actually pulled that in Bologna. It was great. I literally just said to Lee, I would love to pull an Ogapon. And lo and behold, that's what it was. Yeah, these have been the cards I've had on the stream since the very first day. Maybe I need to switch them up. These are arguably the best cards I have. Although, having said that, I've got some... These are the most current ones, let's say. But I've had some cool pulls earlier on. Thanks, Shay, yeah. From what little I know of the TCG, this Miraidon here on the right, that was from EUIC last year. I won some cards at the prize wall. And, yeah, the Miraidon was in one of the packs that I opened. Now, last night, I dipped back into my Heart Gold Shiny Badge quest. I know. How could I possibly conceive of other shiny hunting in the midst of this Safari Week drought? Well, this Shiny Badge quest is sort of a quest just for me, and then I will publish the overall result, which could be, a good few years' time, in a compilation video. But the idea is that you find a shiny before each badge, each gym that you take on. Got my shiny Totodile. That was a week or two before Safari Week. Maybe the week of. The week when it started. Took on Faulkner yesterday, and now shiny hunting full target number 2. So, no idea what it's going to be. I'll have to find out. It was nice to chill out and play a different game in Heart Gold, and chip away at a different quest. Yeah, it is a bit crazy, Shay. It's as with any shiny hunting, it's all about what you're doing on the side. So if you're just shiny hunting, yes, you'll go. It's very easy to go mad. But if you're streaming, you've got chat to entertain you, then it flies by. Last night, what I was doing was just watching YouTube videos. The main activity is what you're doing on the side, and the shiny hunting just sort of takes care of itself as automatic. And then when you find one, then the focus goes on the game. And then you play through the game a bit. It's a very chill thing to do. But yeah, I mean last year's EUIC, Shay, so EUIC 2023. Jamie, hello. You're just here for the impressions. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Well, there'll be plenty of them coming. Yeah. You have Shay to thank for that, who's currently in the chat. Shay joining on Friday. I believe what happened was, Shay said... I was talking about an Ice-type team that I was training once, and Abomasnow, a Pokemon, sort of an abominable snowman Pokemon, was on that team. Shay said, Abomasnow's Cry is top tier. I did an impression of the Cry. Shay then said, I've heard if you do that Cry 5 times, you get boosted shiny odds. And we went from there. But yeah, to the outside eye, it might have looked like I was losing the plot a little bit. Far from it. I'm just summoning shinies left, right and centre. Today we tried summon Doduo in the Safari Zone. Let's see if that bears fruit. Doduo, of course. But then, of course, if you've seen the Safari skit today, you'll have seen Pokemon Trainer Red absolutely nail the impression. I don't really know how Red did that, but that guy just turns to gold whatever he turns his hand to. He's got that Midas touch. In order to come up with which specific cry to do in that video, I listened to quite a few of the Safari Zone cries. There are some tough ones, aren't there? There are some real tough ones. Yeah, Shay Red makes another appearance. You'll have to see in the video today. Very kindly coming in to check in on me to see if I'm okay. Which obviously I was. I was just, making some noises by myself in the middle of a jungle. Dojo one more time. Yeah, that's just the first. That's just where the stream is starting, my friend. We'll see where things go from there. How about you, Jamie? How's your Monday been? How's your weekend been? And you, Shay? We've had Katie in chat already. No worries, Jamie. As I said in the video, little clip that I released yesterday. Maybe this will just be my legacy now. Maybe this will just be my legacy. Hello, Katie, again. Yes, that's right. Don't know what's so funny about it, really. This is just... honed these Pokemon cries for many years. Now, 6 times over odds, we're about 1,000 encounters away from. It's 49,156. Are we going to get a shiny before 6 times over odds or after? You can place your bets. I'm thinking after. Most likely. To be honest, we are now so close to 50,000. part of me does want to reach it. But then, I hope the shiny comes very shortly after 50,000. Surely. Your weekend went very fast. Always does, Shay. Always does. When are you off on holiday? Very nice that you're doing that. It's going to be boiling hot, I have no doubt, in Portugal. Nice. Yeah, I went walking in the forest with my girlfriend, which was delightful. We saw a mother duck and her ducklings. It was very sweet. Had a pretty chill one. Same cannot be said for today. Getting the next episode of the podcast ready with Connor. Got more work to do on that. And then, of course, another run-in with Trainer Red in the Safari Zone. So, it's all in a day in the life of a Pokemon trainer. Thanks very much, Katie. I hope I found a shiny too. Funnily enough. Thank you for the shiny luck. 5th of August you're going away, Shay. Oh, cool. Okay. All right. You've got a little bit of time to chill before then. Very nice. Emerald. Sure. That was fun, I guess. Emerald, I love how you come in quoting little video diary entry I've made for the day. How are you doing, Emerald? How was your weekend? How was your Monday? Red is, yeah, back being Mr. Perfect. Typical Pokemon Trainer Red, eh? Yeah, I'm very good. Very good, thanks, Emerald. Good to be back here, hunting. We're going to hit 6 times over odds tonight. 49,156, I believe, is 6 times over odds. And 50,000. This is all, of course, if we don't find a shiny before then. Which, that's what I'm saying. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Our targets, if you're new or if you need reminding, Ledibur in Emerald. That's the black DS on top. Pinsir, Leaf Green, that's the Silver Game Boy Advance SP on the bottom. Kangaskhan and Tauros in Fire Red, that's the black Game Boy Advance SP on the bottom. And Larvitar in Cell Silver, that is the green DS on the top. But we can't choose what shines, we'll have to see. Especially in Emerald, all of the targets here are so cool. Johto Pokemon in Generation 3. And Johto is my favourite. Generation 2 is my favourite. So, yeah, place your bets as to what's going to shine. I, of course, am saying that Dojo is shining tonight. Given how hard I've been working on trying to summon one. Casey, the odds are 1 in 8,192. So as you can see, we are way over that. We're way over that. So, I mean, a shiny can come at any moment anyway. But when you're this over odds, Luke in the community, in the Merri folk, did a calculation, and back when I hit 40,000 encounters, that was it, I had like a 2% chance of not getting a shiny at that point. So if anything, it's far less likely to not get a shiny at this point. We keep saying this, but also, there's never any guarantee. Can't wait for 50,000 for the jumping jacks. Oh, I don't know about those. Emerald, I don't have much space here to do jumping jacks, really. But hey. Will we even hit 50,000? I'm hoping no. I'm hoping no. Now, before we get going with some impersonations, with some Pokemon cries, what are your thoughts on Spinarak and Ariados versus Ledibur and Ledian? I love them both. I'm personally more of a Ledibur kind of person. Because I played Silver when I was younger, and Ledibur appears in Silver, Spinarak appears in Gold, but I think they're both fantastic. And the Shinies too. You're a Ledian fan as well, Shay? Cool. Yeah, it's very, very... well, it's pretty underpowered. Something I want to stream when we eventually find a shiny, is a solo run of Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl with just Ledian on the team. Hidden ability, Iron Fist. The first gym is Rock type, so that's going to be tricky. And trying to get through the entire game with just Ledian, which I'm very much looking forward to. I'm very much looking forward to finding a shiny in the Safari Zone, funnily enough. All sorts of future streams planned. Hopefully we'll be able to move on to them soon. Like Aridos Touche, fair enough. And you like Aridos more, Emerald. Having lunch now. Been a bit sleepy since you slept late. Fair enough, Emerald. What were you up to this weekend? How come you're in bed late? Hope you're enjoying lunch too. And as ever, place your bets as to what's going to shine tonight, everyone. I'm going to say Dojo. Hope we're all staying hydrated as well. It's still a bit of a heat wave here in the UK. Yeah, exactly, Shay. Lady Anne needs a bit of a buff, but that's why I want the challenge of trying to get through the whole of the Gen 4 remakes with just Lady Anne. So, as I said, I was going through basically all of the Pokemon cries in the Safari Zone today in order to determine which one to feature in the video. Featured Dojo is probably one of the more distinctive ones, so that would be a good choice, but Nidoran, for example. Well, there's male versus female. Male is like, woo! But then female is like, how is it different? It's sort of woo! It's a little bit deeper. Woo! Versus woo! I mean, they're very similar, obviously. That's just where we're starting. You spent hours getting items to catch legendaries, Emerald. Wanted to get everything in one night. Oh, I see. So you mean the snacks in Scarlet and Violet that old Snacksworth gives you. Don't know what it is about the post-game content, but that's when the stellar names really tend to come out. And no pun intended with Terra Stella. Snacksworth in Generation 9. Swordwood and Shieldbert. Generation 8. Hilarious. I know that Jamie is on familiar terms with Swordwood and Shieldbert at this point. I need to get that Zacian in the game. The build-up, yeah. Nidoran male. Yeah, it's a little bit more intense. Nidoran females. Obviously, they're very similar. And then Execute. We've got an Execute on screen right now. Like that. Execute is definitely one that's hard to recreate with just a human voice. It's one of the more synthesized ones I've got. They're all synthesized, but the particular timbre it has, I guess. Like that. An Executor is like bam, 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 bam. At some point, we'll reach a time when we've gone through all 1,000 plus of the Pokemon impressions out there. Welcome in, everyone. Hope you've had a lovely Monday. Let me know how your day was. We're still in the Safari Zone. We're on course for 6 times over odds that we're going to hit tonight. We're going to hit 50,000 encounters tonight. All of this, of course, on the caveat that, or with the caveat that we could find a shiny before reaching those milestones. The shards, slates in Brilliant Diamond Shiny Pot. Oh, fun! I love finding those shards. Emerald. I want us to get a few extra Pokemon. So you're going to have some trained differently. Ah, I see. Got it, yeah. So with Kyogre, maybe you want one that's all speed and special attack, only a little bit of bulk. Maybe you want one that's much bulkier, Calm Mind variant perhaps. Sounds good, Emerald. Very wise of you. Shay, what happens when I do find a shiny? It's very hard to say, isn't it? It's been such a long time coming. It's hard to tell what my reaction will be. But we try and catch it. First and foremost, I mean, it's the Safari Zone, so it could flee. And that would be sad, wouldn't it? After all this. If we catch it, then we celebrate that. If we don't catch it, we still celebrate finding a shiny. And then, wherever we're at in the stream, I mean, we keep going. See if another appears on that same day. But then, that'll be it for the Safari Week streams. By which I mean Safari Month, of course. Because Safari Week ended 30th of June. 30th of June. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm looking at the date right now, the 22nd of July. 22nd of July. Unbelievable. And then we move on to streaming something else. Now, as I've been saying in the chat before, or as I've been saying in the stream before, it's my birthday soon, and the main thing I'm hoping for is a proper computer for streaming, etc. And a PC rather than a Mac. I'm currently on a Mac. And so from that point, maybe we'll be able to play, competitive Scarlet Violet. In the meantime, probably more filming of Game Boys. I've got my Silver Dream Team quest that I mentioned. Predetermined targets that you hunt for shiny as you go through. Will I want to move straight on to more shiny hunting after Safari Week? Maybe I'll need a little bit of a break. But that's fine, because I also have my Pokemon Sapphire Dream Team quest, which is complete. I wasn't shining that. I wasn't streaming that, I mean, goodness. This was before I was streaming. These Safari Week streams are my first ever streams. I've got all the targets for that. Shiny Sceptile, Exploud. I know you're a fan of Exploud, Shay. Seviper, Beautifly, Banette, and Gorobus. And then I shiny hunted Kyogre too, because when in Sapphire. But I still have to do the Elite Four, so I could stream my Elite Four run with my Sapphire Dream Team. I also have Soul Silver, this very copy of Soul Silver actually, that I'm playing on right now. I have the team that features Lady Anne, actually. I believe it's Meganium, Lady Anne, Corsola, Zartu, Hitmontop, and Piloswine. I've done all the gym leaders. I need to do the gym leader rematches and then take on Pokémon Trainer Red. So I can stream getting through that. I've also got, of course, on Emerald, the Battle Factory. Streaming some runs of that, perhaps. So all sorts. Certainly like to do some kind of streaming in between now and when I do have a beefier machine for streaming. I want to thank Pokemaniac Pete, member of the Merri Folk, for helping me with getting to know how proper streaming PCs work. Because coming from a Mac background and just generally not being that technically minded, there's a lot to get your head around. So yeah. Yeah, it is exciting, Shay. Yeah, loads planned. Loads planned. It's just the beginning. And whether it's Safari Week or not, I'm sure there'll continue to be plenty of comedy skits. You were stuck in the Friend Safari for 3 days from Friday to Sunday. Nothing was popping up. Oh no! Well, I know the feeling. Look at that. Chelsea and Kangaskhan on screen. That's pretty lucky. Neither shiny, of course, but they're both 1% encounters at the same time. If we can get those odds, if we can get Pokerus, which we got a couple of weeks ago now, which is crazy to say, 1 in 20,000, then we can find a shiny, 1 in 8,192. Finally got Pawniard in the end, Emerald. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I remember you saying, I think. And what a fun shiny that is. The Indigo. From Red to Indigo. Very cool. Hello, Casey. How are we doing, merry folk? Love that call out there of our community name, Casey. The shiny must come today. Well, I agree. Everyone agrees. The question is, do the cartridges agree? I certainly hope so. We're approaching 6 times over odds. How are you doing, Casey? How's your weekend? How's your Monday going? Good to see you as always. And Pete. Oh, you are very helpful indeed. Walls of text, but there's so much information in those walls of text, Pete. It's really, really, really kind of you to put so much time into helping me with that. So, deeply appreciate it. I'm sorry I haven't got back to your latest message yet. You know how it is. Just things get in the way, but I will do very soon. How are you doing, Pete? How was your Monday, and how was your weekend? And if anyone wants to chuck a Pokemon cry in the chat for me to imitate, or if you want me to do one for you all to guess, then let me know. I've been warming up my vocal cords all day, trying to summon Shiny Dojo. I've had a good amount of practice at that one. You want to guess, Shay? Okay. All caps. Really keen for the guessing game. Alright, let's do that. So. Here we go. Here's the first one coming up. Boo-bee-blah. Boo-bee-blah. I'm only guessing that. Busy weekend for you, Pete. You're up for trying to guess. Well, there you go. Hope it was busy in a good way, Pete, your weekend. And I hope you're also able to have some time off. If you want to hear that again, boo-bee-blah. Haha, Shay. Gets it in one. That is indeed Articuno. You know what inspired me to do that? Brought down a little mascot today. Here it is. This, the Articuno. I love this plushie. It's a good one. I love Articuno. It's my favourite legendary, I'd argue. Look at that colour. Yeah, Articuno. Fantastic, Shay. Fantastic. I would say... Okay, now you do one for us to guess, but that's not going to work, is it? So you can suggest one, or I can give you another one to guess. But I'm very impressed, Shay. Very impressed. Yeah, absolutely, Shay. You can request. Busy in the best ways, Pete. Good. Yeah, I remember heading into the weekend, you said you didn't have much on. So it must have filled up. But glad it filled up in a good way. Lots of Pinsir. We're finding lots of Pinsir tonight. I would certainly love to see a shiny Pinsir. I love even more to catch it. Meloetta. Yeah. I would have to look up Meloetta. What I'll do, Shay, I'll earmark that. And do it on a future stream. Meloetta. So as not to interrupt the flow tonight. But I'm sure Meloetta is a very melodious one. So any other requests, Shay? Because I'm actually, yeah, I'm not too familiar with Meloetta's cry. Yeah, the ball is still in your court, Shay. You got Articuno so masterfully there. So swiftly. Sunflora. Yeah, I do know Sunflora off the top of my head. Actually. And actually, this comes back to what we were saying on Friday about cries that are sort of remixes of others. Because Sunflora is actually just a remix of Xatu's. Interestingly, it's sort of... Whereas Xatu, as we did on Friday, was like... Sunflora is just slightly higher than that. It's sort of... It's like that. I remember Sunkerns. Something like beep 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 beep. I can't quite remember Sunkerns. Yeah, there you go, Shay. There you go. Of course, Sunflora. Just thinking about your partner Pokemon from your episode, Shay. If no one has heard, if people haven't heard it yet, then Shay, currently in the stream, is the second guest that I feature on Chazingdra Chats, my podcast, released way back in April. Shay's episode. Do go and check that episode out. But Sunflora is indeed on Shay's dream team. I had such a fun time hanging with Shay, as always. Very funny chat that we had, so I hope you go back and check that out. Chazingdra Chats, taking a deeper dive into people in the Pokemon community and discovering the 6 Pokemon on their dream team along the way. And as part of that, we learn what their partner Pokemon will be. I can tell you that Shay's partner Pokemon will be Urshifu, the single strike style Urshifu. I actually find it quite hard to recall Urshifu's cry, even though we see it so much in VG. I feel like maybe it's not the most distinctive cry. Yeah, I think Sunkern is beep beep doo, beep beep doo, squeaky, tinkly. Beep beep doo. Exactly, yeah. Really getting the most out of the sonic capabilities of the Game Boy. You're so right. Alright, I'm going to give you another cry to guess, everyone. Ooh. Ah, what cry is... I've just thought of a Pokemon I think has a distinctive cry. Pretty talented with the Pokemon cries, thank you very much. No good at remembering the different ones. I think you'd remember more than you realise, Casey. I think the knowledge has been built up over years for us all. I think it'd be right at your fingertips if you challenged yourself. Or at least you'd hear a couple and think, oh, of course. That's what that cry is. Now let me do another cry for you all to guess. That's a good one. That's probably the wrong tone, but it's Any guesses? try and refine it as I go. It's probably as close as we're going to get. Swanner, Shay. Interesting. That's a good guess, but it's not. What is Swanner's cry? Swanner... I've got a vague memory of it. The other thing is, right, in order to make the correct kinds of sound, for a Pokemon cry, because it's all electronic, you've got to maybe sound like other animals when you're doing it, which is why I think we got a lot of duck guesses on Friday. And this one kind of sounds a bit duck-like as well. But it's not. It's just trying to replicate the electronic sound. I can tell you that it's Generation 1. Generation 1. Oh, I know what I'm going to do next, actually. Not Sneasel, Shay. Sneasel's a good cry as well. These are really good guesses, Shay. Not Jinx. Jinx is one of the more distinctive cries, I guess. Star Me or Star You. Good guess, Casey. They're like... I was doing that on Friday. I can picture everyone immediately after I reveal the answers hastily looking it up on YouTube and comparing. Not Goldeen Shay, no. It is a Fire-type Pokemon. Fire-type from Generation 1. Goldeen, oh yeah, I remember Goldeen. Goldeen is sort of a variation of Caterpie's cry, I think. That's one that's very difficult to replicate. It's too squeaky for the human voice, really. Not Magmar, Casey. What is Magmar's cry? Magmar's cry. It's sort of on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, no, it's not Magmar. It's not Ponyta Burst. No. Not Ponyta. Interesting. Yeah, I remember Ponyta and Rapidash now. Ponyta's like... Anyone just tuning in thinking, wow, what on earth is going on here? Moltres from Uche. No, it's not Moltres. I'm just trying to remember Moltres' cry. I do remember Moltres' cry. That one's really intense. Vulpix, Casey. You know what? You can have that. I was going for Ninetales, but I feel like they're very similar cries. Ninetales is just a bit slower. Yeah, Vulpix is like... And then Ninetales is... Come on, Vulpix up here. Hello, Salah. Good evening. Welcome. Hope you appreciated that. Hope you enjoyed it. Good job, Casey. Hello and welcome everyone, welcome to Safari Week Day 25. Yes, I should be saying Safari Month. Yes, we're approaching 6 times over odds, that's 49,156. 6 times over odds, I believe. Yes, we're approaching 50,000 encounters. And yes, we are way overdue a shiny. And of course, we are guessing some Pokemon cries. And I've just done Ninetales for everyone, which Casey got there or thereabouts. Not for Vulpix, but they're very similar cries. So Casey gets to suggest another cry for me to do. Welcome in. Please do like the stream if you're enjoying. And please do subscribe if you haven't already. Those things really do go a long way. Got all my socials linked below, where you can see, amongst other things, the Safari skits that I've been releasing, little comedy bits to advertise the streams each day or each weekday thus far. Got my podcast, Chazingdra Chats, linked below as well. Taking a deeper dive into the lives of people in the Pokemon community and the 6 Pokemon on their Dream Team. Got Bologna, the vlog of the Bologna special event that I released just on Friday. That was an event that took place at the beginning of June because I am a host and commentator for the Pokemon Video Game Championship Series. Plenty more streams lined up as well once we find a shiny here. Got my Patreon link below as well if you want to support me on that. But of course, not a problem if not. Just a pleasure to welcome you all here. So thanks so much for hanging out with me on this Monday. And I hope you all had a very good weekend and a very good Monday. Let's see if we can get this shiny, finally, tonight. It's true, Casey. Yes, Vulpix is a likely one for me to go for. Use shiny Ninetales in the Indigo Disc playthrough for a Sun team. Oh, cool. That sounds fun. Togepi. Oof. Yeah, Togepi. That's a really good suggestion. Togepi. Let me just try and remember that. I think I remember it. Togepi, correct me if I'm wrong, is... It's a very sweet one. Do you know what I mean? Thanks, Shay. Thanks, Shay. Yeah, it's a tricky one. It's one of those ones that's just... It's very high. Very high. So quite difficult to replicate. I've also got my Discord community link below, everyone. Chazingra's Chocolate Factory. Will be a pleasure to see any of you in there. So we can continue to hang out off stream, talk about these ridiculous impersonations, all things Pokemon, shinies, competitive, trivia, what have you. If you're a fan of Pokemon video games, then it's for you. Let me do another one for you all to guess. Oh, I'll do it again for you, Casey. It's a tricky one because it's very high, but something like that. Now, let's get another one. Oh, yeah. I had one queued up, actually. Right, here we go. Who's that? Thanks, Casey. What have you walked into? Indeed, Damien. Indeed. That's the impression that I imagine I'm giving plenty of people joining the stream tonight. We're doing more Pokemon cries. How you doing, Damien? How was your weekend? How has your Monday been? 6 times over odds. 49,156. So we're heading in that direction. Is a shiny going to come before that? Place your bets. And also place your bets as to what exactly is going to be shining tonight. So, let me do that cry again. You doing okay, Damien? Good. I am very well, thanks. Nice weekend. Slightly stressful Monday, in that my MacBook that I use for all the editing, I mean, it's not beefy enough for all the content that I'm creating, really, and streaming, etc. So it's been doing an admirable job. And again, my birthday coming up soon, so hoping to work towards a proper PC for streaming from. But as a result, it's just MacBooks fill up so easily. Their storage is good, but they sort of store files away in places that are difficult to find, and you think you've deleted it, you haven't created any space, blah, 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 blah. So I've been struggling with that, but I've been editing the next episode of the podcast coming out on Wednesday with Connor Hayward, someone who's got a lot of experience behind the scenes, backstage on various streams. So I had a really interesting chat with Connor, and I hope you enjoy that episode on Wednesday. So that's what I've been doing, as well as having another run-in with Pokémon Trainer Red in the Safari Zone. So yeah, the life of a Pokemon trainer, eh? It is a tough one, Shay. Damien, anyone else who's playing along. That was probably the best version of it I've done so far. Sounds a bit like a news ident or something. You will see when my birthday is, Casey, but it's coming up. It's coming up. Is that a Baltry essay? Yes, I saw, Damien. You're going to continue tomorrow evening. Aaron Shiny Hunting and Shining Pearl, White Stripe Baskin and Shiny Hunt again in Scarlet, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Splatoon 3. That sounds like a solid day, Damien. A solid day. Hope you've enjoyed all your various quests. It was very inspiring to see the quests that you're doing, Damien. Shiny Aaron is very cool. I love Shiny Aggron. I love any turquoise shiny, as you know. Aggron is a great one. And White Stripe Basculin. I found multiple, at least 2, White Stripe Basculin in Pokemon Legends Arceus. But they're so fast and hard to catch, I didn't actually claim any of the ones I found. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to in Scarlet or something. I still want to go for the shiny Feebas in Scarlet and Violet in Kitakami. But the Outbreak is so rare. And without the Outbreak, you're only seeing 1 or 2 at a time. Fire Emblem Three Houses, yeah, I'd really love to give Fire Emblem a proper go, Damien. I think it'd be right up my street. As I've said before, I've been to a whole birthday party that was themed around Fire Emblem, to the point where we were all given characters that we had to sort of prepare and then play at the party. We all had our objectives to aim for. It was a lot of fun. Big sort of live action role-playing thing. It was such a cool idea. But yeah, I think I'd really enjoy it. External SSD to edit from for the near future. That's what you do. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah. That's a really good idea, Shay. Yeah, I do have a external hard drive, which has certainly been coming in handy, and I plan to make much more use of. So thanks for that suggestion, Shay. Just, yeah, again, Macs are very strange when it comes to storage. And, like, I'll export an episode of the podcast, that takes up space, but then you delete that episode of the podcast, and no space is cleared. As far as the Mac's concerned, it's not on there. There's some key that I'm missing. I've done so much Googling. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But either way, I need a proper computer to stream, really, and PCs just seem to be more the way to go for content creation and upgradability in the future and things like that. Do you have a custom PC, Shay, or do you just what machine do you use? Dodrio Shay, a very good guess. Chat up, Damien. No, not a Chatot. Chatot's a very distinctive one. Something like that. Bit more tuneful. That cry again is... I can tell you that it is a Generation 2 Pokemon. Generation 2. Thank you, Casey, for the happy early birthday. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, that's very kind of you. Yeah, it's coming. You want your white striped Basculin in a Safari Ball. Cool. All of the rare balls are so cool to see in Scarlet and Violet. Just, again, Pokemon is so good at personalising the experience, isn't it? And it's those little things, Shinies, Natures, different Pokeballs, etc, 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 ribbons, that make each Pokemon you catch feel so unique. And I think that's what Pokemon is down to a T, because that uniqueness then feeds into nostalgia. Keeps people coming back. Like us all. So very cool, Damien. You got your PC around 2021, Shay. Still going strong. Cool. Nice. Excellent stuff. Glad it's still going strong, Shay, and glad it's fulfilling the needs that you need it to. Then again, I guess I'd be aiming for maybe something slightly different from you, because I'd be aiming to stream as well from the Switch. Yeah, fantastic to hear that PC of 3 years is still working out for you, Shane. Excellent stuff. As we'd hoped, 3 years is not a long time. Umbreon, KC. It's not. Umbreon. Oh, that's a tough one. Umbreon, something like that. John Cena's theme. Afraid it's not, Damien. Or if it is, then I'm entirely unaware of that. I'm sure you do, Shay. I'm sure you do. It's a difficult game. Let's not forget. It's a difficult game. And obviously, my cries are less than perfect. So, no worries, Shay. Don't beat yourself up too hard. Good evening, Jake. Oh, you've arrived at the same time. Jake and Luke. Good to see you all. How are you doing, Jake and Luke? How were your weekends? How are your Mondays? We're currently guessing more Pokemon cries. And what I've set everyone is as follows. Time for a reminder. Booba Dipper! Booba Dipper! I was sort of Mariah Careying that one, wasn't I? Whoa, whoa. That's another game. Oh, and of course there's the game of what it is if it's not the actual answer. Which is, yeah, if you're not sure what that cry is, then you can just guess, suggest what it could be otherwise. You got home from a job interview, Jake. Ooh, nice. Yeah, you might have mentioned this last week. How did it go? How did it go, Jake? I hope you feel pleased. Obviously, no telling at this point. For sure. But did you feel at least that you gave a good account of yourself? Did you come away thinking, yeah, left no stone unturned there? I think that's the ideal. And if you did come away with things that you'd have liked to have said, then oh well, you know that for next time. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to the stream. We're on course for 6 times over odds, which is 49,156, I believe. So, yep. That's how we do it. Apparently. My Safari luck has been less than ideal. If you're here because you saw my Dojo cry earlier, trying to summon a shiny Dojo, then thank you. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed my second run-in with Pokemon Trainer Red. Go and check out my first run-in from Friday on my socials. TikTok especially, I guess. You can see all the videos laid out there. But it's on Instagram and TikTok and X as well. All of those socials linked below. And yeah, we're doing more cries for people to guess. Let's do a repeat of the one I just did for you all. Bubba Dipper! Bubba Dipper! Who's that Pokemon? As I said to the chat, it is Generation 2. Generation 2 Pokemon. Bubba Dipper! Hello Greg, welcome to the chat. Good to see you again, my friend. How was your weekend? How was your Monday? Hope you're doing very well. Espeon, Casey, it's not Espeon, no. That's not Sizzle, actually, Casey. It's not Sizzle. Sizzle, what is Sizzle's cry? Sizzle. Can't recall off the top of my head, actually. But it's not Sizzle. If it sounds like it, then apologies. But it's not. Probably going to be Wobbuffet. It's not Damien. It's not. That's an interesting one. I believe is Wobbuffet. Ampharos, Luke. It's not Ampharos. Ampharos's cry. Oh, I think I remember Ampharos's cry. I think Ampharos's cry is one that's recycled for a few, or remixed for a few different ones, actually. You hit them with the thanks for the opportunity and all that. Nice, Jake. Nice. I'm glad you're pleased with how it went. That's as much as you can hope for at this stage, and then it's just in their hands now. You've done everything you can, gave a good account of yourself. So I hope you've got your head held high. Very good, Jake. Is that a cry for help? Well, it's partly that, but it's also a cry of a particular Pokemon, Pete. Cry for help, wanting to find a shiny here in the Safari Zone. That might have been cries for help in Generation 2. Depends on who was playing, I guess. Like, trying to work out what to do after you've beaten Misty. I remember that. Got to get that squirt bottle from the house next door. But at that age, I wasn't someone who went to speak to absolutely everyone in the town. So it took me a good long while to work out where to go after beating Misty. Because, of course, then you've got Pseudo-Wudo blocking the way, and the only way to activate Pseudo-Wudo attacking is by getting that squirt bottle. So that could be a time for a cry for help, I guess. Pete. In Generation 2. Oh, I didn't mean to throw a mud at your licky tongue, sorry. Sizzle does something similar. Fair enough, yeah, that's entirely possible. Memorized? I mean, these are just ones that I remember that I think would be interesting to guess, or more distinctive ones. And speaking of guess, Shay has done it. It's Heracross. Ba-ba-dee-boo. Ba-ba-dee-boo. Well, that's my impression of Heracross, anyway. So very well done to you, Shay. Congratulations, you get to suggest the next Pokemon I do a cry of. Good effort, everyone. Good effort. Not Porygon 2, Greg, no. And hello, Riley. Good to see you again, my friend. How are you doing? I am, doing well, thanks. Discovered on Friday, thanks to Shay in the stream, that that I now just do impressions of Pokemon on a Pokemon jukebox. So we've been amusing ourselves with that this evening so far. And had a good weekend, fairly chill. Today was pretty busy. Getting the next episode of the podcast ready to go with Connor Hayward. Someone who has a lot of experience behind the scenes on Pokemon streams. So that's exciting. Looking forward to you all hearing that. How about you, Riley? What's new with you? How does the Zangoose hunt go? What's the latest on that? Always a pleasure to see you. Pseudo Jake, good guess. Murkrow was not Murkrow Pete. Oh, I remember Murkrow, yeah. Where's Heracross? Noctowl or Hoot Hoot? Oh yeah, Cricketune. I was pleased with how the Cricketune came out. There are a few I was very pleased with from Friday before we get on to Hoot Hoot and Noctowl. And Cricketune was one of them. Dart Tricks as well. And, well, Torkoal. That's always going to be a funny one, isn't it, Torkoal? Milotic or Milotic. Oh yeah, Serena I was pleased with as well. You can go back and check the video on demand from Friday if you would like to experience more of those. Or a little compilation post that I put out yesterday on the socials. Anyway. Well, hello, Beefy. Good to see you. Chazingdra. Well, sure, we'll run with that. How's your weekend? How's your Monday? Beefy, good to see you as always, my friend. We're doing more Pokemon cries because, of course. Time to get on to Hoot Hoot and Noctowl as well. Goes long and slowly, the Zangoose hunt rally. Sorry to hear that. Still nothing new at 46,000. Oh no. 4 Swablu, 2 Nuzleaf. On the bright side, you got some great items in RuneScape recently. Nice! Good, Riley. Have I recommended to you, Riley, my episode of the podcast with Alpha Phoebe Nick Livesey, episode 11? Because he also plays a lot of RuneScape, so you might enjoy that. And apologies if I have. I feel like I've already recommended it to Jake, but I wasn't sure if I'd recommended it to you. But if I have, apologies. Hard to remember sometimes who I've said what to. But anyway, I'm glad you got some cool items. So what, you're on a phase at 46,000, Riley, or are those the total number of encounters? 46,000, that's rivaling this. Let's hope that Zangoose comes soon. It shouldn't take too long. It shouldn't be taking this long, Riley, so yeah, hopefully. Caught you off guard. That's my aim, Shay. I aim with all these cries. Turtonator, Beefy. Ooh, I'm not sure if I remember Turtonator. Because we don't have Turtonator in Scarlet Violet. It was in Generation 8. Yeah, I'm not sure I remember Turtonator. Beefy, your work day is over. Getting ready to head home. Very nice. Weekend was good. Sleep after an early morning. Leg day on Saturday. Ooh, yeah, fair enough. Feels good to be up early on a Saturday, though, doesn't it? Feels good. And all the better to have got a workout in as well. My Monday's been good, thanks, Beefy. Just been getting the next episode of the podcast ready with Connor Hayward, which has been very interesting. Pretty busy. Had another run-in with Pokémon Trainer Red today in the Safari Zone. Trying to summon a shiny Doduo. And weekend was very chill. Went for a walk in the forest with my girlfriend, which was lovely. So yeah, doing well, thanks. Now we're back here in the Safari Zone. Of course. Please do like the stream if you're enjoying it, everyone, and subscribe too. I've got everything linked below. All my socials, including my Discord community, Chazingdra's Chocolate Factory. It'd be a pleasure to see you all in there as well. You're all very welcome here. New faces and old ones alike. Or familiar ones alike. Keep throwing mud. Just like a V8 engine. Fair enough. Alright, Shay, been waiting long enough. Time for Hoot Hoot / Noctowl. And again, they're pretty similar, being from the same evolutionary line. So, Hoot Hoot. Again, give me a couple of goes to get the right tone. Noctowl is more like. It's just more drawn out. This ringing a bell for you, Shay? Oh, I didn't call your face, old Jake. Familiar. Anyway, it's good to have that pedigree, that standing in the community. Long standing. Your weekend was busy helping your sister tidy up as your mum came home from France. Oh, nice. Nice. Lovely to have your mum around. Hope you have a wonderful week together, Luke. Do you have any plans for when your mum is here? Whereabouts does she live in France? That's very cool. Top notch Hoot Hoot Noctowl. Thank you, Shay. Thank you. I'll take that. Yeah, came out okay. Future is now. That's right. Future is now. When we get a shiny. Right, Greg? Beefy. Stop perpetrating this slander. You know how I meant old. I didn't mean it in terms of age. Alright. Let's give you another cry to guess. Beep-a-doo, beep-bee. Beep-a-doo, beep-bee. Beep-a-doo, beep-bee. Who's that Pokemon? Beep-a-doo, beep-bee. Meanwhile, Beefy, you actually get to sleep in for an extra 2 hours on Saturdays. Nice. Wake up at 6 on Saturday mornings, since the gym doesn't open up until 7, so that's nice. Alright. Wow, so you're normally up at 4, Beefy. That's astonishing. You work so hard, Beefy, and we all salute you here. It's great to have so much of the day to enjoy. I'm sure that it means you're in bed earlier, or at least I hope it means you're in bed earlier. But yeah, any evening off you have, I'm sure is very well earned. Duosion, Jake, is not Duosion. No, the Solosis line is a really interesting one. I'll earmark that one. She lives in Nice, Luke. You went out for dinner tonight. Been out pretty much every night after you finish work. Nice, Luke. That sounds lovely. What sort of food did you have tonight? Nice. I've never been to Nice, but I have been to France many times. And welcome in, everyone, if you're just joining. You're very welcome here. Let's get a shiny tonight in the Safari Zone. Safari Week, now Safari Month. Bring it on. Chimeco Shay, good guess. It's not. Not Chimeco. 3 hints for that one. You just like shouting random Pokemon at first. One time that will work, Jake. At some point that will work. You'll get it just by shouting out random Pokemon. I can tell you it's another Generation 2. It's another Generation 2. What is teaching you? I have no clue what noise Pokemon make, Pete. Well, I'm not sure it's teaching you that. I think you probably know more than you realise. What it's teaching you is that it's hard to replicate with the human voice. But I enjoy the challenge. Steak free Madeleines for dessert. Very nice, Luke. Sounds great. Nice and around. Flaffy Jake is not flaffy. Merri is like, obviously it's slightly, it's like a bleat. Me. But then Flaffy is me. 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 That's pretty much it, I would say. 48888, everyone. That's a fun number. 48888. Ledian, Beefy. No, it's not. There are fun cries, Ledibur and Ledian. Boop, boop. Ledibur's like, boop, boop. Ledian's, boop, boop. That's a bit intense, actually. Ledian, it's just slightly more than that. More than the Ledibur. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Yeah, like that. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Espeon. It is Greg. It is Espeon. Very good. Well done, Greg. Boop, boop, boop. Good stuff. Yeah, someone inspired me with the Espeon guess before. So now, Greg, you get to suggest one for me to do. Congratulations. Glad I could help you, Jay. Glad I could help clarify. In this particularly strange way. Smoochum, no, Jake. Smoochum, wow. I can't really remember Smoochum's crime. So we don't get to see 88,888, Shay. Yeah. Yeah, please. Please. Totodile, Pete. No. Totodile's like, ba-da-boo-boo. 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 On Tuesdays, up at 4, gym 5, work 7:30. Good for you, Beefy. Good for you. Incredible stuff. Home at 5 or so. Sleep 9 or 10. Wednesday, Friday, up at 5. Jiu-Jitsu 6, work 7:30, sleep 9 or 10. What a schedule, Beefy. What a schedule. I hope you enjoy what you do. Make it all worthwhile. And you must be so in a routine of it at this point. Hope it doesn't tire you out too much. All the same. Right. Let's reset Fire Red. Get back to that place. Where Kangaskhan and Taurus appear. Chargerbug. Ooh, Chargerbug. What's Chargerbug cry? I know Chargebug is a pretty distinctive one, but I can't recall it off the top of my head. I will... Okay, I've got my homework. I will brush up on Chargebug, I'll brush up on Meloetta for Shay, and have those ready next time. Meloetta and Chargebug. Sorry about that, yeah, I can't quite remember Chargebug's cry, so I don't want to attempt something that's clearly wrong. And also not interrupt the stream by going to look it up now. But bear with me, Greg. You can suggest another one for me to do. Let's get Illuminate to the front. Let's play the White Flute. Both those things going to boost the encounter rate by 200%. And let's keep hunting. Exactly. One of those obscure Pokemon guesses is going to be right, Jake. Just got to keep plugging away, and at some point it'll work out for you. Game you played 4 times in the past 5 years, and this day you're still finding places in areas you didn't know existed. That's brilliant, Damien. That's what you want out of a game. What is that game? I think the same can be said of Pokemon. For, yeah, such vast worlds. Love games like that. Travis strikes again, No More Heroes. Oh yeah, No More Heroes, of course. Of course, Damien. Your favourite. Fantastic stuff. Love a sprawling game like that. Oh, it is like an accordion noise, isn't it, Greg? Yeah. Yeah, it's quite an electronic noise, isn't it? Might be a difficult one. Yes, I'll go and brush up on that one. As far as no one suggested the Reggies, oh, that's true. Yes. Maybe I should do a Reggie. You got Chargebug in your head now, Damien. Do everything but the word path, Beefy. Oh, okay. Try to go for a mile run. Oh my goodness, Beefy. Don't exhaust yourself. Don't push yourself too hard. But it's great that you're in that routine. Still feeling the Saturday leg day, so you're going on to relax. Yeah, good. Important to have those rest days too, of course, if you're working out. You can only progress if you have those rest days, of course. I know you know that, but just as general advice for anyone who might want or need to know. Jack, good to see you. How are you, Jack? How are you doing? Hope you had a very good weekend and a very good Monday. That's today, Monday. Welcome to the chat. We are, of course, guessing Pokemon cries. / I'm doing ones that the chat suggests. Because this is the thing we do now, apparently. Ever since Friday. Reggie's. Yeah, from the anime. Hippowdon. Oh, goodness, Hippowdon. I know that Hippopotas... Yeah, okay, it's coming back to me. Hippopotas is like... Hippopotas is like... sort of thing. Something like that. And then Hippowdon... I should know Hippowdon better. It was on my Platinum playthrough team. Oh, I'm not sure I can remember Hippowdon well enough. Regice Beefy, Regirock with Hamburg. You do a pretty good Regirock. Working towards the evil Bruno body build. Nice, Beefy. That is quite the aspiration to have. I'll start calling you Bruno. Pretty good, Jack. You're preparing for your VG challenge on Saturday. We're also going to work. You did 12 hours on Friday. Nice. Good. Working and preparing for VG. Sounds good to me. Hope the work is flying by, and all the very best, of course, for your challenge. You're still going with Terapagos, Jack? Is that your restricted choice still? Onyx, Jinx. Card that won't start Hippopotas. Yeah, I know what you mean. Dynamax, Jinx. Yeah, the Dynamax cries. That's an interesting one as well. Happy with my Hippopotas. Thanks very much, Greg. Sorry, I'll have to brush up on Hippowdon as well. I think I remember Hippowdon. Okay, so Hippowdon, Meloetta, and Charjabug I have to remind myself of. Oh, voice cracked there. There we go. Don't know Pokemon Cry, just give the Pokemon an accent, then say their name. Fair enough. That's not the game that we're doing here, Jab, but sounds fun. Pokemon Stadium Jinx, Mega Kick was a wild time indeed. Wow. I can see it learning that, though. You're still rocking Terapagos. Good to hear, Jack. Good. Yeah, I think it's a really strong choice. Trials work, 12 hours of EG prep. Yep. No, I'm sure that Jack is doing his very best to get as much sleep as he needs. It's 49,000, that's right, Emerald. 49,156 is 6 times over odds. And we'll be reaching, I think we should be reaching, there we go, 49,000. We should be reaching 50,000 encounters today. 50,000. Check out the Max Pikachu, oh yeah. Pika! You definitely need sleep, Jack. You definitely need sleep. Right, let's do one of these cries that's been suggested. So, I will do Jinx. I will do Jinx. Here we go. It's very wavy, that one. And it sort of repeats at a quieter volume. It's sort of a version of Exegutors, actually. Exegutors. Well, sort of. Exegutors is more sort of adamant sounding. Not nature, but sounding. It's like bam, 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 bam. Jinx. Beep, 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 beep. The longest time before this, Emerald. It kind of sounds like a robot. Yeah, I can see what you mean, Emerald. Yeah, beep, beep, beep. The beeps and boops. Longest time before this. Oof, nowhere near this long, Emerald. And this is the thing. I'm kind of... This luck is kind of to be expected because all of the targets on my Sapphire Dream Team quest that I did a couple of years ago, before I was streaming, Safari Week are my first streams. Safari Week this year, I mean. So thank you again, everyone, for being a part of my first ever streams for Safari Week, for which read month. My longest time before this... Well, on the Sapphire Dream Team, I believe the longest hunt went up to like 6,000, so still under odds. Arceus in Shining Pearl, I mean, I got to odds, or maybe like 4,200, and then I need to pick that hunt back up. I remember shiny hunting first partner on Soul Silver, this very copy of Soul Silver that's in the green DS, actually, for ages. That might have reached like... well... 12,000 for one, but you're seeing 3 at the same time, so... like, yeah, 36,000-ish. So yeah, this is by far the longest emerald. So hopefully... and this is the thing. When we do find it, and I do future shiny hunts, if they're going over odds, at least I've had this experience, you know? Of like... this was a long hunt. Hopefully it will help things seem that much more doable in the future. Nah, Damien, need a more balanced sleep schedule than that. And that was my imitation of Jinx's cry. I'll take that. I'm relatively pleased with that. Don't want to hear it in the middle of the night, Jack. No, it's true. Could catch her off guard. It's quite a relatively intense cry as well, so yeah. Zegas's cry is a very aggressive Jinx cry. Exactly, Jake. And need to reset the leaf green. It's quite humid, isn't it, Damien? Quite humid. The humidity today isn't as bad as some of the days recently, I think. I would say that. It is getting dark now. It's still relatively late for it to be getting dark, so we'll take that, Damien. But yes, we've been blessed with the longer days of late. It's been brilliant to see. Now, I'm not aware of this John Cena's theme that you've been talking about, Damien. So it's interesting to hear that it's got a counterpart, so to speak. Welcome in, everyone. Please do like the stream if you're enjoying it. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Would mean a huge amount, because I am still here in the Safari Zone. We are about to hit 6 times over odds. Basically exactly 100 encounters time. 49,156 is 6 times over odds. The odds being 1 in 8,192 for a shiny in these games. So all likes and subscribes hugely appreciated on this foolhardy quest. I've got my socials linked below. I've got my Patreon link below if you want to support me as a creator. I've got my Discord community link below, Chazingdra's Chocolate Factory, if you want to keep hanging out off stream. Talk about our shinies, competitive thoughts, Pokemon trivia, anything to do with the Pokemon video games. If you like that, then it's the place for you. Got my podcast, Chazingdra Chats, was editing the next episode today with Connor Hayward, someone who has a lot of experience behind the scenes of Pokemon streams, so looking forward to you all learning from his insight. We've got plenty of streams planned for after Safari Week, but we've got to find a shiny here first, so buckle up for that. I am Charlie Merriman, Merri by name, Merri by nature. I'm a host and commentator for the Pokemon Video Game Championship Series and a content creator. But I enjoy the less intense pursuits that Pokemon has to offer as well, like shiny hunting, like challenge runs. Looking forward to streaming some competitive content too, again, once we're out of the Safari Zone. Or at some point in the near future, I hope. But for now, very good to see you all here, as always. Sit back, relax. And please keep your fingers crossed that we find a shiny tonight. And if you're here because you saw the little video diary entry that I made today, imitating a Dojo's cry to try and summon it in the Safari Zone, a shiny version. Hope you enjoyed. And we've been doing plenty more Pokemon shiny or Pokemon cries tonight for you to guess and for me to take requests on like a jukebox. So if you want to chuck in a request, then please do. You're all very welcome here. Always great to get to know new people, as well as the familiar members of Chazindra's Chocolate Factory, the merry folk, as we call ourselves. My aim is to make your day merry. Bang a remix out of these crime impressions. Yeah, I guess I could, Greg, actually, yeah. Yeah. That could be pretty good. Hear the J in Jinx's cry when it does it. Beep, doop, doop, doop. Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah. Yeah, it's got that going for it. Yeah, it's a good point, actually, Emerald. Let me catch up on some more in chat. You ordered yourself a Kindred plush the other day. Yes, your driving buddy. One of these. Come right to you, Beefy. One of these. This is Renata, my female Kingdra. Maybe our Kingdra plushes could be good friends as well, Beefy. Let's hope Renata's sending us luck tonight as well. Glad that you've ordered that for yourself. Always good to have your favourite Pokemon as a plush. And even better when that favourite Pokemon is Kingdra. I heartily support that. Maybe I have then. Maybe I have heard John Cena's theme. But in terms of something that incorporates, you know, Pokemon Cry sounding things, I can't recall it. I'll have to look it up. I do have my homework cut out, don't I? Looking at the cries of Meloetta, Hippowdon, and Charjabug, as well as John Cena's theme. I'm sure I do know it, actually. I'm sure I would recognise it if I heard it. John Cena's retiring next year. Interesting. Is Pokemon Legends ZA up for pre-order? Emerald. I'm not sure it's up for pre-order yet, unless I've missed something. That'd be exciting if it is. As far as I'm aware, it's not up for pre-order yet, but I could well be wrong there. Cena. Ah, thank you. Thanks, Damien, revealing my age there. Or revealing my lack of knowledge, anyway. Right, time to plug in this black DS. The red light has come on. There we go. Oh, and the black Game Boy Advance SP. Well, look at that. They're in sync. Alrighty. Let's resume. Not available in eShop yet, not available in Nintendo UK store. Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think ZA was available for pre-order yet. But soon, I'm sure. Soon, Emerald. Very exciting stuff. You normally name your Kingdra Spaghetti. I can see it. I can see it. Horrifically powerful name for a horrifically powerful Pokemon. Even if what you saw looked more like a Dragalge. Yeah. Yes, Beefy. If you want to see the picture of Beefy's real-life Kingdra / Dragalge, you can see it in Chazindra's Chocolate Factory. Have a join of the Discord community link below. Spaghetti. It's a good name. It's definitely got stringy bits. Kingdra. I nicknamed one shiny Kingdra that I had in Sword and Shield, actually. It only took, like, 70 eggs to hatch Shiny Horsey in Pokemon Shield, which I was chuffed about. I named that one Charybdis, after an ancient Greek sea monster that appears in the Odyssey of Homer. I studied Latin and ancient Greek university, ancient literature, that sort of thing, ancient history. Cool to use some mythological nicknames here and there. Blending laws of Pokemon and real life. So not to pre-order games these days, Jake. Understandable. 50,000 is certainly looming, and in 20 encounters time, we'll hit 6 times over odds. So, are we going to get a shiny before 50,000? I think we should hit 50,000 tonight. Is the shiny coming before or after then? Place your bets, and also place your bets as to what's going to shine. I'm going to say Dojo in Fire Red, because of course that's the Pokemon I was summoning in the Safari Zone. Beep, beep, beep. I've had a good amount of practice at Dojo's Crow now. Is available for pre-order on Amazon, Luke. Wow. Pokemon Legends ZA. Surprising. Or at least much earlier than I thought. I want to wait to see what the pre-order bonuses are, though, from each place before I decide. Always important. That's one game I see. Yeah, well, there you go, Emerald. Probably, you weren't wrong. Just depends where the pre-order's coming from. Let's get some more Pokemon cries going. Let me just catch up on the chat here. Exactly, Emerald. That's what I'm doing. Waiting to hear about the pre-order bonuses. Yeah, no, just the one camera, Greg, yeah. My trusty webcam, doing an excellent job here. Stacked up these Game Boys to get them all to fit on one camera and Nintendo DS's. Emerald, you and these jumping jacks say, maybe it will summon a shiny. Just don't have all the room in the world to do jumping jacks in this space. Zeta. Ah! Apparently in Japan, ZA, we're finding a lot of Houndour on Emerald tonight. Noted. Apparently in Japan, ZA is spelled Zeta. Zeta A, maybe, yeah. Zeta is a Greek symbol as well. It's the letter Z, as you can probably guess. Thought that Apron might have been shiny there. It's official, guys. We are over. It's official, everyone. We are over 6 times over odds. 6 times over odds. Was 49,156, I believe. Ugh. Dear oh dear. Hey. 50,000 is where we're heading for tonight. And let's hope a shiny comes shortly after 50,000. Apologies I was a bit late starting the stream tonight as well, everyone. Just, it's always a busy start to the week, what with podcast episodes coming out on Wednesday. And then most of your Pokemon spaghetti beefy. Pokemon Sword was the first time you ever actually got to use a Kingdra. Oh wow! Had to wait for Indigo Disc, of course, to use it in Scarlet Violet. Yeah, in Generation 5, you can find wild Kingdra in Rippling Water. Which blew my mind when I was younger. Because like you, I'd never had access to Kingdra before. Then you can find it in the wild. In Generation 5. That is wild. Love that. The way they played with different Pokemon encounters in Generation 5 and finding fully evolved ones in the wild. So exciting. Beefy. But yes, I remember the wild Kingdra that's born also in the Dynamax dens. The Dynamax raid dens. Beefy. Must have been very exciting for you. Certainly was for me. Apron always gets you, yeah, same share. Also, yeah, I can see how on the screen it looks shiny. I apologise about how reflective, again, the especially the Game Boy Advance SP screens are. I need to get some kind of backing, really, to make them easier to see. But we're working with what we've got. We'll improve these things over time, I have no doubt. When you were a kid, you loved Sneasel Sprite in Silver. Yeah, it's sort of leaping. It's almost like it's landing from a jump, if I remember correctly. Very cool sprite, Damien. Sprites just hold so much nostalgia, don't they? When you're so familiar, it's a bit like a cry. See a sprite and you're brought right back. This is partly why I'm so looking forward to my Pokemon Silver Dream Team quest. Just revisiting all those sprites. Pokemon Silver being my favourite game of all time. On the Dream Team, we're talking for Alligator, Kingdra, of course. Wow, that was a voice crack, wasn't it? Fortress. And Espeon, did I say Espeon? And then two more. Either Xatu or Skarmory, and then need to fill out the final slot. So I'm still deciding on that. But yeah, looking forward to reliving Pokemon Silver. That nostalgia, seeing the sprites, hearing the music. Oh, so good. But we need to find a shiny in the Safari Zone first. Come on. On the first route as well. Yeah, I think you're right, actually, Greg. Yeah, just had to remember what you were referring to there. Yes. I think there were Kingdra fishing spots on the first route in Generation 5. Very cool. But of course you needed some kind of fishing rod for that. You couldn't just immediately access it. I don't think you could surf on it either. I think it was only a fishing encounter. You used Kingdra competitively back in 2011. Yeah, so good. Kingdra's in need of a little bit of a power boost, I think. Mega Kingdra we could well be seeing in Pokemon Legends ZA. We could well be. We'll have to see. I'd love to. Yeah, exactly. Wild Dragonite 2, and then in Black 2, White 2, there's that hidden grotto with the 1%, I think, chance to find the hidden ability Dragonite. Whoa. So cool. Yeah, in Gen 5, Beefy, yeah. Take a little look. Glad you got that to look forward to when you get home. Such an exciting thing to find in the wild. And hello, Burb. Good to see you, my friend. How has your weekend been? How has your Monday been? We have surpassed 6 times over odds. And we're heading for 50,000 encounters. Let's see if a shiny comes before then. I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I did catch a clip from someone who was streaming Safari Week. Caught a clip yesterday on X. And they went to like 53,000 and a few hundred encounters. And then found the shiny. So, I mean, we could be close. We could not be. But, if nothing else, it was just good to get that sense of solidarity with someone else who was having a very long Safari Week. Which now, of course, is Safari Month. Oh, we're nearly there. You love drinking Sprite, Emerald. Nice. Yeah, both work. Both work. Gold is your favourite Pokemon game of all time, Beefy. Cool. Yeah, I'm Silver. So we complement each other there. Yeah, Kingdra Sprite. I can... yeah, I remember it in Silver. And in Gold. Ooh. Oh, yes, I remember now, I remember. In Gold, its tail is sort of more curled up. It's more leaning back. And in Silver, it's swimming forward. You have all of those, Damien, except Zata, you have Shiny in your Silver. What, you have all of the Pokemon I mentioned Shiny in your Silver version? That's very cool, sir, Damien. If that is what you mean. Hello, Casey. Do I prefer Silver? Because that's what I played as a kid. So it is the one I played when I was younger, Silver. Also, though, and maybe because of that, I do prefer some of the version exclusives. Notably, Ledibur and Ledian. I really like that line. I just think it's underrated. Fampi and Donphan, I would say I prefer to Teddiursa Ursaring, although, as we've said before, in other regions, Fampi and Donphan appear in Gold and Teddiursa and Ursaring in Silver, and that's the case for Heart Gold Soul Silver. I think it's unclear why that switch was made, swapping the version exclusives just for some releases, including the EU release, maybe the American release as well. Skarmory, I'm a huge fan of. That's the Silver exclusive too. Remoraid and Octillery, that's a big one. That's a big one. Whereas in Gold you find Mantine. I'd love to have a playthrough with Mantine at some point, because I have such limited experience with it. But, yeah. I love Remoraid Octillery. So things like that, Casey. But probably because, again, Silver was the version I had when I was younger. And I have Gold too. I also have Crystal too. So, I can train between them. Excited for adventures with those cartridges. And yes, you do have all those as shinies, Damien. That's incredible. I want to do some more Pokemon Crisis. Let me just catch up on the chat very quickly. You have Shiny Hope, Lugia, Suicune, and Celebi Shiny in Gen 2 as well. Wow, Damien. Very cool, yeah. I plan to hunt all of these and more at some point in life. As Burb and I have said before, so many hunts, so little time. Guess is that we're probably the same age, if not close. Probably, Beefy, yeah, probably. Yeah, I think a person's favourite Pokemon game says a lot about their age. For sure. Yes, of course, Burb, you're done with Ho-Oh. Let's get some congratulations in chat for Burb, who's been shiny hunting Ho-Oh in Heart Gold Soul Silver for a long time now. Reached 41,000 encounters or so. Finally found shiny Ho-Oh, so congratulations to Burb. That's so exciting, and what a brilliant shiny Ho-Oh is. Congratulations again, Burb. That's incredible. Have I get my shiny soon? Exactly. At this point, yes, I kind of do hope to go over 50,000. Not much more over 50,000, because then, of course, you get close to 60,000, and it's like, oh, well, it'd be cool to go over 60. And then, you know, it never ends. So, yes. 50,000 I'm kind of hoping for. But at this stage, it's a win-win, right? If a shiny comes, then we finally got a shiny. If we go over 50,000, then that, as you say, that is a cool feat in itself. Kindra's moves from Gen 1 as well. Oh, wow. Traded your Shiny Seedra into blue. Taught it moves, moved it back up and evolved it. That's very cool, Damien. Which moves are exclusive to Gen 1 for the Horsey line? Interested to hear that, as one of Kindra's biggest fans. I'd argue the biggest, but I know that Beefy might have something to say about that. I'm joking. Interesting, Greg. Oh, I like the version exclusive in Soul Silver. And Silver, as I've been saying. Ooh. Very good question, Emerald. Silver, Soul Silver, or Virtual Console Silver? Well, the one that holds the most special place in my heart is, of course, Silver, because that's what I played when I was younger. I'm looking forward to the Silver Dream Team quest that I've got planned, as I've been talking about. I just think playing through, hearing the music again, etc., is going to unlock so many memories. It's going to be quite emotional, maybe, actually. I spent so long on that game when I was younger. Soul Silver is amazing, don't get me wrong. And Virtual Console Silver I actually don't have. But they're so different, though, Silver and Soul Silver, in many ways to play through. So it's hard to compare them. If I were to choose one, I do like abilities. I obviously like all the competitive things that later, or generations after 2 have introduced. Yeah, I'll get back to you on that one, because I'm not sure. I need to play Silver again to know the answer to that. But it's a really good question, Emerald. Yes, you agree, Burb. Yeah, let's get that shiny very shortly after 50,000. You can't remember which moves. Fair enough, Damien. Oh, that's true, Beefy. That's a very good point. In terms of who's the bigger Kingdra fan, one of us has a permanent image of Kingdra on their leg. Yeah, touche. It's such a cool tattoo. Such a cool tattoo, Beefy. Saw someone make their Shiny Kingdra a Ribbon Master. Yes. That'd be so cool. That'd be so cool. When I find Shiny Kingdra in Generation 2, it's going to stay there. But I might do a Horsey quest at some point. Shiny Hunt Kingdra in all the generations that I haven't already got it in. And so, yes, I could make it a Ribbon Master in Gen 3. Transfer it up. That'd be cool. That's a really good idea. Substitute Ice Beam Surf, and you can't remember the 4th move. Cool moveset so far, though, Damien. Very nice. Heart Gold, you got Arcanine. Heart Gold got Arcanine, and Soul Silver gets Vulpix Ninetales. But you see, I actually prefer the Vulpix line. Got my Vulpix up here, Solar. Hello again, Solar. How you doing? Good to see you. Whenever a plushie is mentioned, I have to greet it, you see. It's only polite. Wow, you've got a lot of copies of Virtual Console Silver, Damien. Nice. Must be useful for shiny hunting, etc. Hello, James. Yeah, of course you are. You're in your Soul Silver playthrough. I'm yet to look at the team that you sent me, James, but I'm very much looking forward to seeing the Pokemon you have on your team. I hope you're very much enjoying Soul Silver, James. What a game it is. Where are you up to now? Yes, exactly, Damien. Like we were saying, Donphan was in Heart Gold rather than Soul Silver. And no one knows why, I don't think. I don't think it is a world record shiny hunt, James. It's definitely a long hunt. It's a good question. I'm not sure about world record shiny hunts and what's up there. I know that someone was shiny hunting registering one up to 70,000 encounters. There have presumably been even longer phases and things. But yeah, we're more than 6 times over odds here. We're heading for 50,000 encounters tonight. Is it going to shine before then? Place your bets. And also place your bets as to what's going to shine. Of course, I'm saying Dojo. After trying to summon a shiny Dojo with Dojo's Cry in today's little Safari video diary entry. Beep, beep, beep. I don't know, Beefy. I'm not sure. You definitely lay a claim to being Kingdra's biggest fan. But yes, Chazingdra is in my name. Chazingdra. Yeah. Hey, I think we can both lay a claim. We can share it. We can share the title, Beefy. We'll see how that develops. You might catch me at some point claiming I am Kingdra's biggest fan, but always know that if I say that, it's with a caveat that you are up there as well, Beefy, in terms of Kingdra fandom. Nearly 50,000, that's right, Keddy. It's crazy, isn't it? Crazy! Nearly 50,000. Oh, let's hope we get that shiny soon. No, not a shiny Kangaskhan. Gotta check carefully. Typhlosion, Heracross, Ampharos, Steelix, Crobat, Red Gyarados. Very cool, very cool. Is Cyndaquil your favourite Johto starter, James? I'm not sure I was aware of that, if so. Thank you for relaying that to me as well. Typhlosion, Heracross, Ampharos, Steelix, Crobat, Red Gyarados. That's a really cool team. Very cool team. Welcome everyone. If you're just joining, please do like and subscribe if you're enjoying. Really goes a long way, more than it might first seem. We'll be doing some more Pokemon Cry impersonations very shortly. Let's do this. But yeah, we're nearly at 50,000 encounters. We still have 0 shinies to show for Safari Week. We're approaching Safari Month now. Let's hope that we're summoning something soon. You're all very welcome here. Thanks so much for being here. I've got all my socials linked below. I've got my Discord community linked below. Chazingdra's Chocolate Factory if you want to hop in there. Got my Patreon link below if you want to support me as a creator too. Got my podcast, Chazingdra Chats. Getting to know people in the Pokemon community and the 6 Pokemon on their Dream Team. I release event vlogs. Release my Bologna vlog on Friday from the Bologna special event at the start of June because I commentate events for Pokemon. Competitive events, that is. But right now, we're engaged in the less intense pursuit of shiny hunting. And let's hope we bring in the shiny luck. Let's get that shiny soon. This hunt is crazy. You need to be high level for Claire. Yeah, fair enough, James. Claire is a tricky one. That's the point. You've got to really put the effort in for Claire. You can share the first place podium. Exactly, Beefy, exactly. For Kingdra fandom. Toss up between Cyndaquil and Toadstool for you, James. Interesting. I am a fan of Chikorita, actually. I love how it's like an inbuilt hard mode for the game. Because Chikorita struggles against the Johto gym leaders, but comes into its own more in Kanto. I like setting myself that challenge. And I think it's a great design. The shiny so cool, the autumn leaf. Alright, let's get some more Pokemon Cries going, everyone. It's finally time. Now, I'm going to do a Pokemon Cry for you all to guess. So, Try and keep it as inclusive as possible. Pokemon that we will all know here. Let's see. Which cry is that? That's pretty tough. Sorry if I'm hurting your ears. Who's that Pokemon? Chikorita's cry, Jake. Ooh, let me just let that come back to me. I like Chikorita, Greg. I know Chikorita's got those fans out there. Metang, Jake. It's not Metang. It's not Metang. Think earlier than that. Earlier generation than that. Hello, Geek of all things. Good to see you. I dread to think how long ago it was I saw you last. And what our encounter number was up to then. But yeah, we're approaching 50,000, my friend. The luck has not been lucking, although I've been very lucky to be able to hang out with such a wonderful community and been very much enjoying little safari comedy skits that I've been making. But who knows? If we get an incredible shiny and we're able to catch it, then kind of all is squared in terms of our luck, so we'll just have to see. Yeah. Certainly a very long hunt. The cry sounded like blimp and a banana. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Blimp and a banana. That's not a bad way of putting that cry, actually. Exactly, Jake. Some of us do love that Pokemon, including me. And I have more than one big Chikorita fan. Zapdos is not. Zapdos is a very intense cry. Not Celio, Jake. It is Generation 1. It's Generation 1. It's quite a difficult one. I'll give that to you. Pretty difficult one. Not Persian, Jake. Zapdos is a great shout, but it's not. Zapdos is like pretty intense, Zapdos. Not Persian, Jake. You took a break from your shiny Chimchar hunt. Good to have a break. Now you're slowly easing yourself into the game of patience that is shiny hunting. Exactly. Exactly, Geek. It's patience, and it's also making sure that you're doing something else alongside that's fulfilling, that's entertaining you. And then the encounters just fly by. Just like being a Pokemon Cry jukebox for chat. Highly recommend it. Electabuzz, it's not Jake. Good guess, though. Electabuzz is like... That was pretty good. I'm going to give that to me. Primeape, no, James. Ooh, that's a good cry. Now the cry again is... Think later in the Pokedex. Later in the Pokedex. Around where the legendary birds are. Greg, it is Dragonite. Congratulations. Well done, Greg. 49,500 encounters as well. Dragonite indeed. Excellent stuff. Tough one. Hopefully you can see what I was going for. Electabuzz, a gold version sprite, peak sprite design. Ooh, I need to remind myself of that, Beefy. I remember the silver sprite, of course, because that's the one I played when I was younger. Not the gold one. Love the Generation 2 sprites. So many sprites are great. Generation 2, just obviously they stick in my mind the most because Johto, Generation 2 are my favourites. Just about. Good guess with Kangaskhan, James, but no. Kangaskhan is like bow bow. There's a more simple one actually. Bow bow. You thought you were gonna guess Dragonite, Geek of all things, but then you went for Dratini. Need to just be slightly less swift on my clicking of the run button. Note to self. Just in case either of those have been shiny. It's bound to happen sometimes, where your things get ahead of you on a hunt this long. Dratini. Yeah, it's kind of... Dratini is like a watered down version of Dragonite's Cry, right? Sort of thing. Alright then, Greg, you get to suggest another cry for me to do. Although again, sorry I haven't been able to do Charge Bug or Hippowdon as of yet. I do vaguely remember the Hippowdon, but anyway. Yeah. Suggest a cry for me to do. Poke box over here. At your service. Hello, Taaki. Good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? How was your weekend? How is your Monday going? Always a pleasure to see you. We're approaching 50,000 encounters. I was about to say 50 times over odds. Can you imagine? Finding a lot of Tauros in Fire Red. We're finding a lot of Tauros in Fire Red, Houndour in Emerald. At least. So we'll see. My bet is on my... feeling is that Dojo is going to shine tonight, though. Well, that's what I'm guessing, just based on trying to summon it with Dojo's Cry earlier in my Safari video diary entry today. Beep, 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 beep. You got to dive out. No worries, James. Thanks so much for joining, as always. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a very merry rest of your day. Good to see you, my friend. Sleep well. Always appreciate you stopping by. Alright, Taaki, we are guessing some Pokemon cries as we were doing on Friday. Or at least chat has given me ones to do, and also sometimes I'm doing ones for chat to guess. I've just had the suggestion of Palkia from Greg, because Greg was able to guess Dragonite. That was quite a bad impression of it. Now, time to move on to Palkia. So, I believe Palkia is just like... Wah. It's a more straightforward one. Wah. Obviously, it sounds better than that. But it's sort of a, yeah, quite an intense wail. That's how I'll describe it. Not whale, W-H-A-L-E, W-A-I-L, of course. Wah. Glad you had a good weekend, Tacky, and I'm glad your Monday's not going too bad either. Really leant into the high voice there, didn't I? But yeah, glad you're having a good one, Tacky. Welcome, and I hope you can kick back and enjoy the stream. Check Discord later, you posted your most prized card and your Kingdra card collection so far. Ooh, I wonder if we have any matching Kingdra cards, Beefy. That would be exciting to see. Thank you for posting those. Excited to see. If you want to join the Discord community too, it's linked below. Chazingdra's Chocolate Factory. We can keep hanging out, comparing Shinies, Pokemon cards, competitive things, Pokemon trivia. Is a good time in there. Very supportive. Friendly community, the merry folk. So, that's linked below if you'd be interested. Sound like Wario. It did, didn't it? Yeah, Wario and Waluigi. 2 vouchers for that from Luke and Geek of All Things. But do you see what I mean? Palkia is like, wah. It does sound like Wario Waluigi. Or at least my impression of it does, because in human form, that seems to be how it comes out. Alright, let me do another cry for you all to guess. Who's that? ABBA. Shimon, I'm not that kind of jukebox, my friend. But thank you, good to see you, buddy. How are you doing? Anyone who's unaware, Shimon, very good friend of mine from competitive Pokemon. Ben Kiriakou and I helped out Shimon with a tournament that Shimon organised back in April. So strange to think that was 3 months ago now, Shimon. How strange is that? There's a vlog of that experience, commentating Pokemon in Belgium, that's on the YouTube channel. So do go and check that out. You can also check out Shimon's episode of the podcast, Chazingdra Chats, episode 4, on the channel as well. A lovely, lovely man and an inspiration. Someone to whom the community owes a great deal. You know this one. You can place it. Do it again. You know. Okay then, Beefy. Here we go. Feeling good? You just finished playing some VG with Eternatus. Hey, good. I think it's got potential. How did it go? How did playing with Eternatus go, Shimon? I know, not too kind at all. All of it's true. And Beefy, congratulations. It is indeed Suicune. Congratulations. Very precise guessing there. Clinical. Didn't need to go on too much at all there. Congratulations. So, now Beefy, you get to suggest one for me to do. Only Lost versus Carmine Ogre. Wow, cool. Nice. How's preparation for Worlds going, Shimon? We're less than a month away now. Exciting stuff. In terms of ABBA, I mean, you requested some ABBA, Shimon. My favourite... Oh, I've got a few fond ABBA songs, or ABBA songs that I'm fond of. I do like Knowing Me, Knowing You. Knowing Me, Knowing You. Also because I'm an Alan Partridge fan, of course. If this is making no sense to some of you, then that's understandable. Alan Partridge, very British sitcom. Anyway. You got coaching with Edu. Oh, cool. Nice. That sounds great. I bet that's a really illuminating time. Parasect. Ooh. So Parasect, this is one of those ones that's kind of similar to Mewtwo, Mew, Paras, Parasect. They all are kind of remixes of each other. Parasects are like... You know what I mean? Stop getting Bond wrong. Exactly, Luke. Love to hear that. Lee and I are both huge Alan Partridge fans, Luke, so you're definitely in the right streams. We always speak in the Alan Partridge voice to each other when we're on events. It's so funny. I'm Alan Partridge is just laugh a minute. Love to hear those Alan Partridge quotes coming out, Luke. So thank you for that. Eddie's very smart. Crazy how advanced he looks at the game. I'm not surprised. 2022 World Champion, Eduardo Cunha. I'd love to talk to him a bit more in depth about the game, actually. Yeah, very nice. It's the case of finding the right tutor as well, right? Or mentor. Just a teaching style that works for you. And I'm glad that that seems to be working for you, Shimon. Thank you for the bravo, Beefy. Thank you very much. Glad you enjoyed Parasect. How am I mentally surviving this far zone? Yeah, well, chat is keeping me going, and we are doing impressions of Pokemon cries, so up for debate. How, nah, that's not a shiny Kangaskhan. Up for debate how strong we're staying in the Safari Zone, Shmon, but I am enjoying doing little Safari comedy skits. That's a nice way to turn it all into a positive. And, of course, we've got the storyline that's built up, so we've got to go until we get a shiny. Even though I've got plenty more things that I want to stream, like competitive. We've got to find a shiny first. And also probably got to get a better computer for streaming. But hopefully we'll be doing that very soon because it's my birthday coming up. And that's the main thing I'm aiming for. A proper computer for streaming, etc. You're always doing the cup of bean sketch with your mum. Yes, exactly. Both Alan and Michael's path love that. Luke, Lee and I laugh about the cup of beans bit so much. Got my beans. Sausage and a cup of beans. Love that. Oh, that's very kind of you, Shimon. No, don't worry about it. I will let you know. I'll let you know. But thank you very much for suggesting that. I appreciate it. Yeah, just sort of rhetorically thinking, yeah. Would find it very interesting to talk to Edo, I'm sure. Always very insightful in interviews. I'm glad you enjoyed the short, Shmon. Enjoying leaning into the silly comedy. Since, if anyone is unaware, I'm an actor/writer by trade, bit of comedy too, so it's nice to put a Pokemon flavour on all that. Develop my sort of signature as a Pokemon content creator. Please do like and subscribe as well, by the way, everyone, if you're enjoying. Would hugely appreciate it. Make all of these encounters worth it. We're approaching 50,000 encounters. Goodness me. Right. Time for me to do another cry for you all to guess. Let's see. Who's that? Oh yeah. Here we go. I'm just trying to get the right tone. Who's that Pokemon? That time just then was arguably the best I've done it. Does not say much, of course. We're still trying to imitate, some cases, 8-bit cries. Tootle, Jake. No, it's not. Much, much earlier generation than that. Tootle. Tootle's like... Sort of sounds like something winding up, I think, Tootle. It is Gen 2, Greg. Very nice. Very nice. Beefy, Porygon 2, that is a great guess. And in fact... I'll give it to you because they are very similar cries. I was actually going for Girafarig. Beefy. But Girafarig and Porygon 2, yeah, very similar cries. I think Girafarig, unless I've totally confused it. I'm pretty sure Girafarig and Porygon 2 have similar cries, but you're right, it's very Porygon 2. So, congratulations, Beefy. You get to suggest another one. Chimecho. A good guess. Chimecho is very difficult to replicate. That wind chime sound. I did Tootle very well. Oh, thank you very much, Jay. Thank you. Later generations arguably easier to do. Because the consoles have more sonic capability, right? So. Right on the tip of your tongue. Yes. I'm glad they are similar, Beefy. I'm glad that wasn't just me confusing them. Porygon 2 and Girafarig. Both Generation 2, too. I'm trying to remember Porygon 1's cry, so to speak, now. Porygon. Oh, yeah. It's like an electronic Eevee, almost. Sort of thing, I think. Anyway. Jake can have your turn picking. Ah, nice. Alright, Beefy, that's very kind of you. Jake, hit us with a suggestion for a cry that I'll do. You want to hear Knuckle Stack? If it's easy. If it's easier. Knuckle Stack. Ooh, that is tough, isn't it? I can remember Garganackle. Knuckle Stack. Because I can't fully remember Knuckle Stack, Shmon, I will do Garganackle and I hope that suffices. Okay. It's like... You know what I mean? It's lots of... It's like tectonic plates almost. Gurgly, salty. There's my Garganackle for you. Alright, Regice. I'm sure you'll get one on your own at some point, Jake. I'm sure you will. But anyway, you suggested Regice. Pretty same as well, Shmon. Okay, for Knucklestack versus Garganackle. So I'm going for with Garganackle there. Anyway, Regice. What is Regice again? Oh, yeah. So it's slightly more robotic than that. That sort of thing. What do we think? What do we think? Shay's right, the Aplomb does always kind of look a little bit shiny, doesn't it? But crucially, it's not. We're approaching 50,000, everyone. We're going to stop shortly after 50,000. Is the shiny going to come before? I kind of, at this point, hope that we do reach 50,000, but then we get the shiny very shortly afterwards. That's the ideal. Incidentally, everyone, just eliding too many words there. In terms of the next stream, possibly tomorrow, possibly Wednesday. One of the two. Just so we're aware. So it may well be back tomorrow, and probably at 7 tomorrow rather than 7:30. I prefer starting a little bit earlier. But it could be Wednesday, similar time. So keep your eyes peeled on my socials. I will announce it there, and my socials are all linked below. So Shay, actually, Jake suggested one for me to do, and suggested Regice. That was Regice. Beer. Snorlax is so funny. Just a tiny sort of noise. Sounds sort of dopey. That's quite good, actually. I feel like this should be a series even after I get the shiny. Yeah, it probably will be. Let's face it, just doing Pokemon cries. Certainly I'll keep doing comedy skits. Love those. But yeah, it kind of is becoming a legacy of mine. Alright, so that's Regice and Snorlax as a bonus. Let me do another one for you all to guess. Let's bring it to a later generation now. We've done quite a few from the earlier ones. Let me think. Snorlax was so good. Good, Shay. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I was pleased with that. Pleased with that. I should keep up the shiny hunting even after I get a shiny. It's really entertaining. Oh, well, thanks, Geek. I'm glad you're finding it entertaining. That is the aim. I will keep shiny hunting, just not in the Safari Zone. Or did you mean specifically in the Safari Zone? Because we've got to save that for Safari Week. But no, I've got plenty more shiny hunts planned, so don't you worry. Don't you worry, Geek of all things. Pokemon Silver Dream Team Quest, for example. Got the targets mainly planned out for that. Generation 2 is my favourite. Various other, like, legendary hunts planned. And on later generations. So, yeah, plenty to come. Mainly just shiny hunting. Exactly, Geek. Yeah, don't worry, there'll be plenty more of that for you to check in on. Stage actor or film actor, both as an option too. Well, I graduated from drama school, and relatively shortly after that was the pandemic. And since then, basically, it was kind of a reset for everyone, so I haven't really had the time to find my specialism yet. Certainly done a lot of stage, because you tend to be able to do more of that at university and things. I've done some short films too, though. I like both. Probably more experience than stage. Beefy. But right now, I'm fully leaning into content creation, to be honest. We'll see what acting opportunities come along, potentially as a result of content creation, who knows. But, yeah, this is something I can, really build up, whereas acting, I performed a one-man show that I also wrote last year, and various other things, so felt like I'd sort of put a lot into that. I could have kept going with it, but it's such a difficult industry, and you've got to really, really keep pushing yourself to have success with it. Whereas with content creating, at least it's something I can more control, I control when I'm uploading, I control what content I put out there, I control when I stream, and you sort of see more tangible results of that. Whereas with acting, it's not linear at all. You can get a lucky break and then not do anything for ages. Hard for it to be consistent. But to be honest, I feel very fortunate to have found Pokemon and content creation and commentating, because I really, really enjoy doing it. And it's a sort of avenue for performance in a way as well, with presenting, making things accessible, helping people to understand things. So yeah, that's a longer answer than you probably anticipated, Beefy, but those are my thoughts. That's cool to hear that everything I've done is cool, Beefy. Thank you. And you've done some skits as well. Nice, Beefy, cool. Well, if you ever want to share, then of course I'd be very interested to see. You can put them in the Discord. Discord community, Chazingra's Chocolate Factory. If you want to become one of the merry folk, linked below in the description of this stream. And do like if you're enjoying, everyone. Really does help out a huge amount. Thanks so much, Beefy. Appreciate that you're enjoying what I'm doing, as well as being interested in the things I've done. It means a lot. So, it's a good question, Greg, about commentating. I think everyone has a different way into it. Essentially, yes, I did have to audition. I was a spectator at Worlds in London in 2022. I met people who were running grassroots streams. I told them about my background, said I'd love to give casting a go. And yeah, so I sort of auditioned for them, and then it went from there. Started off on an online... Oops, sorry for knocking the camera there. On an online tournament they ran, and then it went from there. Essentially. Yeah, please do post them, Beefy. Warning taken, odd stuff. It's just cool that you're creating stuff, to be honest. No matter how odd it is, and I've created my fair number of odd skits as well, so don't you worry, Beefy. Alright, let's do another crow. Let me think. This could be a relatively easy one, okay? Wow! Wow! This is what I mean about the more recent generations being a bit easier. You've got more sound capabilities. Close to 50,000, Greg. Exactly. Is the shiner going to come before that? I think it might, you know, because I want to go, just want to reach 50,000, say I've done that. So reverse psychologying it. Oh, interesting. It's none of these suggestions, actually. It's not Kilowattrel, it's not Toxtricity, it's not Litten. It's not Berserker, Casey, but something about Litten and Berserker is close to the mark. Not Torracat either, Emerald. Perugly no. Very interesting. I thought the people would get this pretty quick. I mean, you're going for obviously the right kind of feline Pokemon. Chimpao, Luke. Very good. There we go. Luke's got it. Chimpao. Chimpao. Avalon, good guess. So Luke, you get to suggest one for me to do. All good guesses, everyone. Very good. And a real reminder of how many cat Pokemon there are. Chien does indeed mean dog in French, geek of all things. I'm not sure that's what they were going for, though. Because, of course, we got Wo Chien as well. Dog slug. Chien, I believe, because Zoe Liu, fellow Pokemon video game commentator, was talking to us about this. The Treasures of Ruin all have... Their names come from Mandarin, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think... And she was giving us the authentic pronunciations. Which is very interesting. Thought you being a bit ironic. Fair enough, Jake. Avalog, I'm trying to remember Avalog crime. I had a shiny Hisuian Avalog in Legends Arceus. I really like Hisuian Avalog. I really like Rock Ice as a combination. I love Amaura, Aurorus. Definitely Buzzwole. Can't really recall Buzzwole's cry, to be honest. It's been a while since I've heard it. Not currently being available in Generation 9. Do you think we will get the Ultra Beast in Generation 9? Put my green DS on charge and it's yeah, that'll do, I guess. Sorry I can't see it that well. Plugging it into the back is meaning the balance is a bit off, but hope you can see enough there. Pow's Portuguese for bread, so dog bread in 2 different languages. Didn't know that. Didn't know that Pow was Portuguese for bread. Luke. Interesting. Klefki. Ooh, good one. Yeah, Chinese origin, exactly. According to the history. I believe so. Believe so. Emerald. Klefki. It's like... Ooh, it's tough, isn't it? It's sort of jingling, right? Sort of thing. It's so hard to replicate with the voice. Is this making any kind of sonic sense? Oh yeah, that's a good point. Maybe we'll get in ZA, we'll get the Ultra Beasts. Mega Evolved Ultra Beasts. I don't think that would happen, but maybe we won't get the Ultra Beasts in Gen 9. I mean, they were introduced in Generation 7, so it made sense for them to be then in the following generation, number 8. Available in the Dynamax Adventures, but yeah, so maybe for Generation 9 they'll have a rest. Come back at some point. Obviously all eyes on Generation 10 though. Are we going to be able to have access to all Pokemon? Plus what new Pokemon will there be, of course. Very exciting to speculate. Who knows? It'll do, Luke. Thanks for having a nose breakdown. Thanks, Luke. But I'm glad you could see what I was going for. Nah, that was not it. That sort of thing. Anyway. Right. 49,884. Nearly at 50,000. We'll be ending stream shortly after 50,000. So, everyone, let me suggest another cry for you to guess. Kind of rhymes. Let me suggest a cry for you to guess. Maybe that could be like the theme tune of this little segment. Let me suggest a cry for you to guess. Well, let me come up with another one. Yeah, fair enough, Beefy. Klefki's very tough. Sound like Splatoon characters. Yeah, good point. Good point. Good point, Emerald. Right, another one. Ready for a tough one? 49,900. You ready for a tough one? Oh no, I don't even know if this is going to work. I've got to persevere now, but let me just try and get the right tone. It's not really rolled R either. Oh, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. This isn't working out so well, is it? Okay. I'll try my best here. Okay, listen, I'm going to have to give you some clues. It's Generation 6. Generation 6. Oh, wow. This might be the hardest one I've done. This is wild, isn't it, Beefy? Phantom Jake, it's not Phantom. It's not. That, I don't know if I can get much closer, to be honest. Chansey, I haven't found many Chansey tonight, have we? Teresa, how you doing? Please grant us a shiny. Please. Bring that luck. Thank you. We'll see. Liju, my Jirachi, I wish to find a shiny tonight. We've done all we can. Blender with a low battery, Beefy. It's a very good guess. It's a very good guess. Aegislash, no Emerald. Pumpkaboo, no Jake. Pumpkaboo is a really interesting cry. Sort of thing. It sounds a bit rattly, Pumpkaboo. Sort of thing. Wow, Greg, it is Go-Goat. It is Go-Goat. I was just about to give another clue. Grass type. Because we've had so many ghost and grass guesses from Jake. But yes, it's Go-Goat. Congratulations. Can we get a round of applause for Greg, please? Because how on earth you got that? Stephanie, hello. Who does a better Cricketu, me or boy? Me. I'm going to go out there and say me. I don't think I've heard Boyd's cricket tune. But hello, Stephanie. How are you doing? Good to see you. I know you've said before that sometimes your working hours means that you can't tune into the streams. So good to see you here and appreciate you deciding to come here tonight. So thank you. Hope work was okay. Hope your weekend was okay. Hope your Monday was good. And welcome. You're always very welcome here. Rich, good evening. Good to see you. How are you? How are you, my friend? Yes, I'm doing very well, thanks. Busy Monday. After a chilled weekend. Getting the next episode of the podcast ready to go with Connor Hayward. Someone who has plenty of experience working behind the scenes on various streams. So looking forward to you all hearing from him. Editing that. Doing another video diary entry from as far as I'm. Little comedy skit. Another run-in with Pokémon Trainer Red today. How are you doing, Rich? How was your weekend and how was your Monday? We're doing more Pokemon Cries, and somehow Greg guessed Go-Goat. 100% a guess. From the terrible impression I was doing. Go-Goat's a hard cry, okay, to replicate. 49944, cool number. We've got to note these cool numbers when we get them. Greg, yeah, does very well at these. You're going back through the beginning of the list. Which list do you mean, Emerald? Got a day off, so getting some much needed resting. Good, I'm glad that you've had a day off, and I hope I'm glad that you've been resting too. Hope you've been enjoying your time off. Only 50 or so more encounters of tonight's stream, everyone. Come on. Is this shiner going to come before 50,000, or are we going to reach that incredible milestone? We'll check for Pokerus and Soul Silver afterwards as well. Can't spawn naturally in Fire Red Leaf Green. All's very good here, Stephanie. We're going slightly mad doing Pokemon Cry impressions, but having a good time. Thanks so much for asking. Dupe Snacks, not Dupe Snacks yet, Jake. Dupe Snacks' episode will be coming out in the near future, but not yet. But I hope you're looking forward to that. Had a great chat with Kirk. You see Go-Go, sort of a grr sound, yeah, exactly. Grr. It does sort of go up and down. Yeah, it's a hard one. Kalos Pokedex cry. Oh, I see. Fair enough, Emerald. Got quite a few Kangaskhan tonight. I'd love to find that shiny. Hint, hint, hint. Don't think the games are listening to me, though. You're all good, Rich? Good. Oh, yes, I saw your comment, actually. I need to get back to various YouTube comments. Chats with Out of Pocket and Amanda. I'm glad you enjoyed them both. Yeah, having a little bit of a Pokemon Go dive, Rich. Glad that the podcast enables you to do that, sort of listen by theme. I should do that, shouldn't I? I should organise playlists of the podcast episodes by game. Thanks for giving me that idea, Rich. I'm glad you enjoyed them, though. Glad you enjoyed them. Yeah. Always good to hear from these people about their life story and the 6 Pokemon on their dream team. Thanks so much for listening, and thanks for stopping by to say you enjoyed it. I will get back to your comment very shortly, I hope. Glad you're excited for Dude Snacks, Jake. Yeah. Yeah, I had a good old time. That one will be coming out in the near future. Alright, everyone. Alright, we got 20 more encounters. Let's just focus on these encounters right now. Let's wrap up the stream. See if we get this shiny. So, Venonat, Nidoran female, Teddiursa, Raticate. None of them are shiny. Let's move on to the next 4 encounters. Let's go, getting up to 50,000. Fire Red, Leaf Green. There are 2 encounters going on here. Soul Silver, Emerald. So we got Dojo, Execute, not shiny. We got Raticate, and we got Sunkern, not shiny. Let's move on. 49988 up to 49992. Here we go. Execute, Venonat, not shiny. Magneton, Miltank, not shiny. Thought that Miltank could have been shiny for a moment, but that pink is too distinctive in the silhouette. Come on, here we go. Here we go. Up to 49996. Execute, Dojo, not shiny. Magneton, and Teddiursa, not shiny. Here we go, everyone. This is where we reach 50,000. It's time to hydrate. Hat. Less jaunty angle. Let's do this. Let's hit 50,000 encounters together. You ready? Here we go. Fire Red, Leaf Green. It's time, Beefy. It's time. Execute. Rhyhorn. They're not shiny. Licky Tongue. Sunkern. Not shiny. We did it! 50,000 encounters. There we go. Look at that unbroken chain of regular encounters, as Ashcott would say. 50,000. Look at that. Yeah, that's a big number, isn't it? Yeah. What can I say? Safari Week continues. Safari month. Here we go. Ooh. Party emojis. Facepalm, Jake. I love the facepalm. Submerged amidst all of those party emojis. 50,000 Beefy. Yeah, so much celebrations. Thank you. We did it, Shay. We did it. Madness indeed, Taiki. Thank you. Emerald, thank you for the celebrations. We got 50,000. Oh, good. I'm glad you'll be having a listen to more Chazingdra chats tomorrow, Rich. Hope you enjoy those too. You're off to bed now, up for gym in the morning. Nice. Well, sleep very well. Have a very merry rest of your day. And thank you for enjoying the episodes. Hope you enjoy them tomorrow. Good gym listening, I think. Good gym listening. We will be doing a bonus round of encounters very shortly. See if 50,004 is the magic number. Sound like I was naming Pokemon like the Poker app. Yeah, true. I kind of was. I was jamming along with the naming and the numbers. You go run a lap around your yard if you got that many encounters. Yeah, fair enough. I'm a little bit sort of boxed in here, so I won't be doing that. Now, we wanted the jumping jacks, Emerald. I'll do what I can. Ha! 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 My movement's a bit limited, but here we go. Let's hope those jumping jacks summoned a shiny. Or indeed, star jumps, as we call them here in the UK. Let's do it. Final encounter of the night. Final 4. Venonat, Rhyhorn, Raticate, Hoot Hoot. No. You were joking, but I did the jumping jacks anyway. I'm really up. Let's go, indeed, Shay. Star Jump sounds way cooler. I don't know. Star Jumps, Jumping Jacks. Jumping Jacks has a nice alliteration to it. Now, let's check for Pokerus. We are, at this point, over odds. We already got Pokerus and Emerald. We're over odds for Pokerus and Soul Silver. Let's see if we get it. That would be another win for Safari Week, to be honest. In a way, it'd be great to end with 2 Pokerus and a Shiny. That would be, that'd be very exciting. Okay, here we go. Do we have Pokerus in Soul Silver? No. No. It can't spawn in Fire Red, Leaf Green, but as always, it just feels wrong. It feels like we're not completing things. To have a little look, but no. It's, you can trade it in, but spawning it in the game doesn't happen. Oh well. And I'll just, because it's always nice to end on a high, as always, I'll show you our Pokerus and Emerald. Look at that. PKRS down here. Pokerus is a virus that's actually beneficial to your Pokemon. Helps them grow quicker, and it spawns randomly on your Pokemon after random encounters, like a 1 in 20,000 chance. So, 1 Star Jump per 10,000 encounters. Yeah, I guess it was, Greg, yeah. Music goes so well with the hunts. Oh, great. I'm glad, Emerald. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, like this place. This is Prime, an album by Stream Beats by Harris Heller. Makes fantastic royalty-free music for people to stream with. So very grateful to Harris Heller for that. It's a great album, Prime. Check it out. Well, everyone, thanks so much for joining. As always, please do like the stream if you enjoyed it. Please do subscribe because, wow, Safari Month really, really happening. Would mean a huge amount and make it all the more worthwhile if you could. Hope you've enjoyed some Pokemon Cries this evening. Always a fun time hanging out with you all. We'll get some more sort of Pokemon questions, Pokemon-themed questions like I'm doing on previous streams as well going next time too. But it's been fun to lean into the Pokemon Cry impersonations. I've got my Discord community link below if you want to hop into that. It would be a pleasure to see you there off-stream. Sharing Shinies, competitive thoughts, trivia about Pokemon, anything to do with Pokemon video games. If you're into that, that's the place for you. Got my Patreon link below if you want to support me as a content creator. Completely no worries if not, of course. I just appreciate any support. But you do get access to bonus content from Chazingdra chats there, the Rapidash rounds, quickfire bonus questions the guests haven't prepared for. So we tend to go that little bit deeper in the Rapidash round. Discover we barely scratched the surface in the main episode. So you can subscribe on Patreon if you want access to that. Got all my socials linked below as well if you want to have a follow. Keep up with the Safari skits that I've been doing. Or should I say my video diary entries. I don't write them. They just happen to me in the Safari Zone. New episode of Chazingdra Chats coming out on Wednesday with Connor Haywood, someone who's very, very experienced behind the scenes of various streams. So looking forward to getting that perspective. We've never had a guest before who's purely behind the scenes. So also has experience with casting, but nowadays tends to work backstage. So keep your eye out for that. Bologna, the vlog I made of Bologna special event because I'm a competitive Pokemon video game commentator. That came out on Friday. Do check that out if you haven't already. It's been great to see how much people have been enjoying that so far. Next stream, quite possibly tomorrow, might be Wednesday. Not sure. But we'll be starting around 7. Either tomorrow or Wednesday. Keep an eye on my socials for the confirmation. But yeah, possibly see you tomorrow, possibly see you Wednesday. And with that said, let me just see, is there anything else to say? Yeah, well, thank you so much, as always, for hanging out. Let me just catch up on these last few messages. Good evening, Toasted. Yes, sorry, Toasted, you just missed the stream there, but still no shiny, but we did hit 50,000 encounters. Good night, sleep very well. Very kind of you to stop by, Toasted. Hope to see you again soon. Goodbye, Jake, and thank you for quoting that catchphrase. And I'm glad you had fun, Beefy. Yeah, always a good time when you're in the stream, so thanks for being here. And have a good night to you as well, Emerald. Thank you to you too, Greg, and goodbye. Take care, Taki. Always a pleasure to see you. Good to see you too, Shay, of course. And everyone who's been here tonight, familiar and new faces alike. Well, everyone, hope I was able to make your day merry, and have a very merry rest of your day.